Hello lovely people, good to see you all. Bit of a break from Cliff Road, but we're back on it today. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to make a very cheap, effective control mechanism for changing your point directions. Hardly any money involved, so it can't be bad. So here it is. This is all we essentially need just to make a wiring tube. Very simple. So you can use a straw. This has got a little hole that I've made on the edge, and that'll be for the reason that this wire, when it goes through, will kind of protrude out and I'll make it into a hook. So what you need to do is, if we zoom in here, this is about 1 millimeter thick, the actual wire, with a plastic sheath over. So I've got my Exorin clippers, and what I've actually done is taken away the plastic very gently and pulled it across. So you might be able to use some wire strippers for that. That has then left me with the opposite side, which you can see here, and that allows you to see the actual metal. So the next thing is, the metal would then go through the hole here and then through the wiring tube. What I'm going to do first though, I'm actually going to put this wire through the tube to start with. So as we can see here, literally we put it in like so. So sorry for the delay there. So I'm actually trying to help you all out while I'm actually in a lot of pain because I've injured myself. And literally you just put it all the way through. And what the best way is, if you've got a hole here, put it through that way and anchor it through there. See, it's actually gone all the way through and through the hole, and this will allow the loop here for the actual control mechanism with your fingers, and then this side will then go into your actual hole. So with the wire actually through your straw, if you want, what you need to do now is come over to the metal here and just bend it gently, just enough so you don't break the actual tie rod bar, but just enough so it actually anchors it down. So a little push and a little shove has done it for me in this instance. And then what I've done with the actual tube, I've pushed it over the tie rod just to give it a little bit more security. So next part will be to, essentially you want to glue this down. Now I'm going to use some wire holders, which I'll demonstrate it to you now. This is what I mean by demonstrating. So I know this is not the best of videos, so apologies for that, but I've got a lot of back pain, hip pain, stuff like that. So you can see all you need to do is knock them in and then you can glue underneath. You could possibly use super glue, but I'm not really sure if that will actually melt the plastic on whatever you tend to use here, which would be your choice. So I'll use PVA. Now you can actually see that actually it's secured down. There's no real particular movement, especially for the actual tie rod. And what I would suggest is that you give it a little try here. So a push and a push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. It's a bit stiff, but actually that's okay, because that makes sure that everything is working properly for how I actually want. So the next part will be how you want to create actually some sort of some sort of device here. Now I was going to use an actual sliding switch, which I'll demonstrate here. The only problem with that, it's not very big, and for the size of the wire that I've got, when you look at the actual diameter that you got to work with, it isn't actually much. So I'm going to ignore that at this point. So literally you could either keep it like that, but I wouldn't recommend that because it'd be quite sharp. But you could actually use anything that this could actually protrude into. But what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to wrap it around and wrap it around, so nothing too exciting. So as you can see, I've actually wrapped it around now. So by a bit of a visual, you can see now that actually I can actually push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And that's really all that there is to it. It's cheap, it's easy, it's effective, and it's going to essentially save you anything from £20 to £50, depending on what sort of device that you actually use. Chances are I could actually cover that up with as a mini tree, put a car over it, which I might actually do, and then the car could be pushed forward and back, forward and back. Now, given that on Cliff Road here, we've got kind of the old sort of derelict lane here that you can see. I got some more ballast coming, so it'll come over to here. I'll have some more greenery over the top here, and then that should actually cover the majority of that, and plus or minus I should actually cover that as a sort of speed ramp type situation, which would then lead to the building that I've gonna propose to have here. And then obviously I'm going to have the back hedgeway here, so that'll be coming up in a future episode. So I hope that's really helpful to you. I know there wasn't much to it. I know the video quality wasn't the greatest, and sorry for any background noise, but like I say, I've got a back injury at the minute, and a hip injury and a knee injury, so trying to do this while helping you all whilst not really helping myself is kind of sometimes what I end up doing. So take care.